Serving southern New Mexico, this is the award-winning KRWG-TV News22, where news matters.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Tall Amboy.
And I'm Abigail Salas. People in Las Cruces are in mourning tonight after 2 fatal traffic accidents.
On Friday night, 14-year-old Samantha Burzum died in a car crash on I-20 near East Pecos, Texas. She was a passenger on the way to a volleyball tournament in Midland. The car crashed into a vehicle that was stalled on the highway. 2 adults, including her mother, were seriously injured. Samantha played volleyball for Las Cruces High School and was also involved in student government, marching band, and enrolled in advanced placement work. Las Cruces High School is offering health services at the school-based health clinic. On Saturday, 47-year-old Roy Para died from his injuries when he was hit by a car. Police say last Thursday, Para was riding his bicycle on the sidewalk of Loman Avenue when he was hit. The suspect, 27-year-old Emily Elizabeth Portillo, was charged with aggravated DWI, reckless driving, and is expected to be charged with vehicular homicide.
Well, we had a pretty windy day today.
What can you tell us about that, Alcadi?
Yes, you guys are absolutely right. Thank you, Abigail and Tal. So taking a look at your current conditions, skies are mostly clear with a temperature of 69 degrees. Our winds coming at you from the southwest at 8 miles per hour. Our humidity at a whopping 12%, and a dew point at 14 degrees, and that leaves our barometer at 29.96. Taking a look at more into depth about those highs, we had a high of 71 and an average of 68 degrees and a low of 45. Getting pretty chilly out here. Make sure you guys bundle up in the evening. And taking a look at a record high, we had a high of 80 degrees in 1972 and a low of 16 degrees in 1965. There's no chance of rain for tonight, and that leaves our yearly rainfall at 0.69. That's all I have for your current conditions, but I'll be back with your national forecast. Tal, Abigail, back to you.
Disputes between President Biden and Texas Governor Greg Abbott are at the Supreme Court.
The federal government is opposing a Texas law that would allow state law enforcement to detain and deport illegal immigrants. Judges on the Court of Appeals stated that the law would take effect Saturday unless the Supreme Court intervened. The court said it would keep a hold on it until at least March 13th. A rare bird called the Southwest Willowtail flycatcher remains a protected species. The Cattle Ranchers Association sued to strip the rare bird of its legal protections back in 2021, and they said it caused an unfair burden on the ranchers. But a federal judge decided the Ranchers Association used outlier data to make their case against the bird's legal protection. In their decision, no word yet if the Cattle Ranchers Association is going to resue. Right now, there are more than 160 vacant properties in the city of Las Cruces. Some are eyesores in terrible shape. Over the past year and a half, city departments have worked to fix this problem with help coming from community organizations. Kristen Cruces reports.
Vacant, blighted, and abandoned. Here in Las Cruces, buildings like these are littered across the city. They become vacant due to ownership changes, and these vacancies can lead to problems.
It gives an opportunity for unauthorized entry. And that unauthorized entries can be different types of activity. It can be simply someone wanting to spend the night there, or it can be a site for some type of maybe criminal activity.
Community Development Director Larry Nichols is responsible for overseeing the problem of abandoned properties. He tracks and oversees them, making sure buildings are up to code and don't contain unwanted occupants. Most of them are available for sale, and some are so blighted they are condemned and demolished. On El Paseo Road, there are at least 7 vacant properties. One of those properties stands right behind me. This building used to be the Video 4 theater that stood for over 48 years until the COVID-19 pandemic forced the theater to close its door. And while it stood vacant for a while, it has found some new owners who hope to provide support for the boys and girls of Las Cruces. The club serves up to 700 kids a year, working with schools and other organizations, and with new ownership and funding from the American Rescue Plan, the Boys and Girls Club hopes to triple the number of youth they can serve.
But above that, it's not even just about the ability to serve more kids, it's the ability to do so much more with them. To have a state-of-the-art facility with all the technology that's required to be a successful adult today, and to really give kids the opportunity to explore their interests.
Ashley Echavarria says buying up these properties has opened up opportunities for other organizations. It shows they can turn blighted communities into places that serve the community.
And I think the hope is that we are going to see what we can do to work together so that we're not duplicating services, but we're also serving our community in a really positive way.
The plan is to renovate the building and open the new Boys and Girls Club in 2026. Christian Cruces, News 22.
The organization plans a capital campaign to seek donations, and they hope to open for kids in 2026. Stay tuned, Alcari will be back with your national weather forecast.
Welcome back. You're watching News 22 Tuesday,
where news matters. A bumper crop of tumbling tumbleweeds is causing traffic and fire hazards in 2 western states. These prickly plants are covering roadways, freeways, and streets in Nevada and Utah. In Utah, the tumbleweeds were described as roadblocks, and tumbleweeds are part of the fallout from the windy weather that's been hitting the West Coast. According to the Natural History Museum in Britain, tumbleweeds are actually dead, but they scatter live seeds, which makes them spread. Tumbleweeds also cause breathing problems for people with related allergies. Well, it looks like we're not the only ones experiencing winds.
What can you tell us about that, Alcari?
Thanks, guys. Let's go ahead and take a look at the national weather. So taking a look at today's forecast, our highest temperature being in Texas and our lowest being 25 in Montana. They're starting to warm up here in the U.S., but since those winds are coming in, it is feeling a little bit cooler. Taking a look at my next map, yeah, you could see as those soaring winds hit those north and southeast coast and hitting the Pacific Ocean as well, and coming in for the northwest as well. And then taking a look at my next map, and taking a look at tonight's forecast, extremely chilly temperatures, our coldest being 6 degrees in Montana and our highest for a low being 74 in Florida, and more increasingly cold temperatures throughout the week. And that's all I have for your national forecast, but later on I will be back with your local temps. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Alcari Shrista, and let's go ahead and take a look at those local temperatures. So Farmington at 59, Gallup at 57 degrees, 54 in Santa Fe, Albuquerque 64, Clovis 70 degrees, 69 in Socorro, Rio Doso 60 degrees, Roswell 73 degrees, 69 in Las Cruces, and 68 degrees in Deming. Taking a look at tomorrow's temperatures, Farmington at 61, Gallup at 56, Santa Fe at 55, Albuquerque at 62 degrees, 68 degrees in Socorro, 70 degrees in Clovis, Roswell 74 degrees, 71 degrees in Las Cruces, and last but not least, Deming at 68 degrees. Taking a look at those neighboring cities tonight, in Alamogordo we'll have a low of 44 degrees with mostly partially cloudy conditions, and tomorrow we'll have a high of 68 with sunny and cloudy conditions. To the consequences, tonight we'll have a low of 43 degrees and sunny to partially cloudy conditions, and tomorrow a high of 69 with sunny skies. And then tonight for Silver City, we'll have a low of 36 and mostly cloudy conditions, and tomorrow a high of 60 with those sunny clouds as well. And then last but not least, tonight we'll have a low of 45 degrees here in Las Cruces, and tomorrow a high of 71 degrees with cloudy and sunny temperatures as well. That's all I have for your local temperatures, but I'll end the show with your 5-day forecast. Back to the desk for more news.
And Iberia de la Cruz is next with sports.
Thanks Thanks, guys. Coming up in sports, the Aggies men's baseball team had a clean sweep over the weekend. You can toss that remote because News 22 Sports is next.
This is KRWG-TV News 22 Sports.
Welcome back. I'm Iberia de la Cruz, and let's talk sports. The men's baseball team are celebrating. This past weekend, they have earned their first sweep of the year. Yesterday, they won 14-4 over Northern Colorado at Presley Askew Field. Connor Wild earned his second win of the year, which was also his second win in the series. The Aggies managed to put 4 on the board in the bottom of the third. After that, the Aggies continued to dominate the game. Northern Colorado falls to 0-11. The Aggies will host Prairie View A&M this weekend. The first pitch is scheduled Friday at 6. On the other hand, the ladies came into Lubbock hot, but weren't able to put back to this weekend. The Aggies lost Sunday in the finale against Texas Tech in Giannini McCanny Memorial Classic. They fell 9-1 in 5 innings. On the day, the Aggies registered just 2 hits by Kayla Lunar and Daisiana Patman. It was Patman's hit that produced the Aggies' only run of the day. The Aggies were first to score in the 3rd inning. Patman delivered an RBI single down the left field line to bring home Jessica Carrion. After that, the Aggies were unable to score and left the door open for Texas Tech. NMSU will now return home, where it will play host to its first ever series as member of Conference USA. They welcome Western Kentucky for a 3-game series that begins Friday at 6. The Aggies return to Las Cruces with their heads held high after a solid performance at the 2024 WAC Championship. This marks the best conference finish in 3 years. During the 4-day competition at Bar Natatorium, the Aggies battled to secure 3rd place as a team, totaling to 504 points. And that's all for sports tonight. Join us for more sports action tomorrow.
Well, Tal, we had a pretty nice weather day today.
Yeah, I wonder what the rest of our week looks like.
Thanks, Tal. Taking a look at your 5-day forecast. Wednesday, we're seeing cloudy skies with a high of 71 and a low of 51. Thursday, we're seeing very, very windy skies with sunny conditions as well, for a high being 70 and a low being 40. Friday and throughout the weekend will be mostly sunny with temperatures being low 60s and low 40s. And be sure to enjoy your spring break, and make sure you bring sunscreen and an umbrella wherever you go. That's all I have for your 5-day forecast. Back to the desk.
And that's all for News 22 Tuesday. Thank you, everyone, for joining us tonight.
Tune in tomorrow night for more news. I'm Tal Lamboy.
And I'm Abigail Salas. And from the whole News 22 team, Tal, Iberia Alcari, and myself, good night.
This news brief in Espanol is brought to you by Noticias22, Spanish language news for southern New Mexico and West Texas. Noticias22.
Buenas tardes, mi nombre es Gustavo Escobar y bienvenidos a Noticias 22. Un estudiante de la preparatoria de Las Cruces falleció en un accidente cuando viajaba a un torneo de voleibol en Midland, Texas. Samantha Bursum, de 14 años, falleció en 1 de marzo aproximadamente a las 9:30 de la noche. Un carro sin luces quedó bloqueando la carretera estatal 10 cerca de Pecos, Texas. El conductor del vehículo que transportaba la estudiante Bursum no se percató del carro, obstruyendo su paso, y los impactó. Los afectados fueron trasladados al Hospital Ward Memorial de Mohanans, Texas, donde se declaró el fallecimiento de Bursum. Un hombre de 47 años de edad falleció el pasado sábado tras involucrarse en un accidente automovilístico mientras andaba en bicicleta. El afectado, señor Roy Parra, fue atropellado por un Ford Mustang plateado conducido por Emily Elizabeth Portillo, de 27 años de edad. Portillo circulaba a gran velocidad desde la salida Interestatal 25. Al intentar girar, perdió control y se impactó contra Parra. Portillo fue arrestada, ingresada al centro de detención del condado de Doña Ana con cargos iniciales por conducir bajo la influencia de alcohol y sobre el límite de velocidad. Esos son los cargos reportados por ahora. La policía del estado de Nuevo México está investigando 2 tiroteos en los que han visto implicados agentes de policía. El sábado pasado la policía de Artesia se enfrentó a Clifton Stevenson de 43 años por violencia doméstica. En el enfrentamiento la policía le disparó mientras en Lovington el domingo pasado la policía tenía varias órdenes de detención contra Raúl Bernal Álvarez. Intentó huir de las autoridades pero chocó su vehículo. Álvarez enfrenta varios cargos, entre ellos resistencia a la autoridad. Y eso fue todo por hoy. No se olviden a seguirnos en nuestras redes sociales y muy buenas noches.